Talk us through that. It must have been fun.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of the best wins I've been a part of. But they always seem to happen against the Stars, which is nice. So, it was just a great win overall in the end.
Your own form, you must have just been seeing him really well there.
Yeah, no, it was nice to get a few out of the middle. It's just one of those games where everything sort of paid off in the end. Everything sort of went into gaps and balls that sometimes might bowl us. Some got a little bit of bat on it and they went for runs. So, yeah, it was just our night in the end.
Is it nice to get a win for the group, given it's been a bit of a struggle at times this year?
100%. To be in the position that we are at the moment with so many losses, but the group stuck together well. And even though we haven't been winning, the belief is still there that if we play good cricket, we can beat the top teams. And Finchie's not having the greatest of runs, but that happens in cricket, and Sauce is in some good form, but we can't really rely on the top two guys to keep making the runs for us. And with such a young middle order, it was nice for a few of us to get out there and make a few.
I think it was 62 off 27 you needed. What was the conversation like with Bow in the middle?
I guess it's just belief that we can win. If we play good cricket shots, we know we're going to get runs. It's just whether or not they go into gaps. But that's, like I said, that's just cricket. Sometimes it can pay off and sometimes it can go the other way, and everything can go to fielders. But yeah, luckily tonight it went our way.
Did you feel like personally you've been building towards this? You had a couple of sort of starts the last few games. Did you feel like this was coming a bit?
Not necessarily it was coming. I feel like I'm in some pretty good form. It's just making sure I can stay out in the middle long enough and not get myself out. That's sort of the main thing. And like I said, that's cricket. Sometimes it can happen, and sometimes it can pay off, like tonight did.
Is that the real next stage of your maturity in terms of coming? You played 20 odd games now. Like, is it that sort of hitting, where you want to be heading?
Yeah, definitely. It's just learning off the older guys in the group, like Marsh and Finch, and even Richardson with the ball, knowing what bowlers might do towards that death couple of overs. So it's just learning off everyone that's part of the group, even the younger guys like Sammy Harper, who has played and is making a few runs. What works for him and what might work for me as well could be the same or it could be different. So it's a great group of guys.
There just seemed to be a moment before you came in where it looked like the dugout was calling for the power surge to happen. They didn't get there in time. Did you know what I'm talking about there?
I think we were just a little bit late because the umpire was back in his position. It would have been nice to take it there, but that's just the way it happened. We were just a little bit late, but power surge is a funny one because it doesn't really matter at that moment to sort of get ahead if it's one over or two. It's more just having guys in that can capitalise on those 2 overs rather than having a fresh batter come in and sort of nudge them around with especially only 2 out.
Was that much of it in your thought process when trying to work out what you need an over that you've got those 2 overs to come?
A little bit. I guess it's more, you still got to see the ball and hit it. And that's just cricket. So it doesn't really matter if you got 5 out or 2 out. You've still got to hit the ball into gaps and try and find a boundary, especially with the position we were in. It definitely helps only having 2 out. But I think the mindset for me personally was just go out and hopefully try and score a few boundaries early and then put pressure onto them.
What can you get out of the last couple of games before the season finishes?
I guess it's the belief that we know we can beat the top teams. We got the Heat and Hurricanes coming up, so again, middle of the table, top of the table. Just knowing that we can upset their finals chance, or if it comes down to a couple of points here and there with the bash boost or the extra 3 points for the win. It's just maybe upsetting a couple of teams there, but it'd be nice to finish on a couple of wins, especially with the season that we've had, being away for so long. But now being back home, it's been awesome.
The next week to do it against the Melbourne Stars as well. You've obviously had a couple of really close wins against them, but it sort of upsets their season a little bit now, this result. Yeah,
definitely. It's always nice to get one up on the hometown rivals. It's a feeling that you can't really explain when you beat definitely a rival in the end. Our aim is to win, and if that upsets their final chances or the spots that they're in, so be it. But that's our main focus, is getting our team over the line first and then seeing what happens after that.
And you touched on Finchie. How's he been around the group? Obviously spent a lot of time in hubs for the last few months. How's he holding up with everything?
Yeah, he's been all right. Obviously, he hasn't been making the runs that he wants to make, but having him around the group is just awesome in itself. To have the Aussie skipper there and learning off him, even though he's not in the form he wants, he's still focusing on the group as a whole and trying to get us over the line. If that's him making runs or him talking to us to try and get the win like tonight.
So reports Marcus Harris might be available for the last couple of games. What will he bring to the group?
Just experience. He's played a few BBLs now, and just the way he hits the ball. It's going to be an awesome top order if he does play, having Finch, Marsh and Harris at the top. But yeah, we're not sure exactly how that'll play out yet.